Well, hello everybody. You've made it to the first day of July. I'm meteorologist Gavin Sandel, and if you've tuned into our forecast in the month of June, you'd think that it is a really warm and wet one, and from all the heat we've been seeing. And as it turns out, June actually did come above average in terms of temperature, and rain as well, with a couple of spots in the record books as well. This is the first clip of a monthly segment where at the start of each month, I'll be detailing trends, anomalies, and records from the past month's weather. Let's start with temperature. And right now, this is a frequent graphic that we've been seeing, really in the appearances that we've had on TV, and this is a calendar of all the maximum temperatures that we've had in the month of June. You can see the red, a lot of red from this heat wave that we've had in the past couple of days, but I want to point your attention to the start of the month as well. The 62 degrees temperature on the first of the month was actually the coldest of the month, and we actually got really close to a record low, just 1 degree shy of the record low of 35 degrees on June 1st. So it set the early trend really to be a cold month, but as we go into the rest of the month, once we got into the 20s, it got really warm, and that is the basis for why we finished 3.6 degrees above average. And actually, in a historical standpoint, it's the 8th warmest June, an average temperature on record. And that dates back all the way to the 1910s, I believe, and it's the warmest June temperature ever since 1949. And I'll do the same thing in terms of precipitation as well. When there was rain, there was a lot. When there wasn't, you could say the opposite thing as well. But we had a couple of stretches of dry weather and a couple of stretches of very moist pop-up thunderstorm kind of weather as well. Totaling that all up, we had 6.33 inches of rain at the airport and another above average month in terms of precipitation, mirroring what happened in May and April. And it's actually the wettest June since 2019, the 8th wettest on record. And I want to talk about dew points as well, because this is a very important variable when it comes to summer weather forecasting. This basically determines the amount of comfort that you have, and you know, if a dew point is high, it's very humid outside and it's air you can wear. This is a graph of the last 70 years of dew points, and I'm going to bring you all the way to the right side. You can see brown down there means it's below average, and green means above average. This last year right here, this is 2025, it's actually the highest average dew point that we've seen. You walk out, and it feels pretty muggy outside. That's why. The average being 63 degrees really tells the tale of it being a very moist month as well. And dew points also, they do play a factor in temperatures, and when you have high dew points, you don't have that much variation in temperatures. The diurnal range, as I mentioned a couple days ago, that kind of condenses a little bit, and you could see in the past month there's only been 3 days where the evening lows have been below average, and 2 of those days have been when it was really cold, but every other day just in the single digits or double digits above average. Very interesting stuff. So now, instead of June, let's talk about the entire year, because if you recall from January and February, it was a really cold, dry period, and you could see on our precipitation, there wasn't much precipitation in January, setting the stage for it to be a pretty dry year. But since then, it has changed, and April, May, and June have all been above average, and now what that means, our year-to-date precipitation, about 23.5 inches, that makes for 3.73 inches above average. And you could say the same for temperatures as well. Remember, it was really cold, snowy as well, and for January, we had below 5.2 degrees below average, but as we go into March, and especially June as well, we're now flipping the script and we're 0.6 degrees above average for this year. So really interesting stuff to know, but that's just for the first 6 months. As for what will come this month, we can't pinpoint for sure, but the next few days look to be stunning, seasonable and sunny before more heat arrives for the weekend. Thanks for watching. I'm Gavin Sandel.